We are live. Music cue.
What's up, everybody?
Here it is. Updated.
Welcome to the Fred Stoller Stream with your hosts, Fred Stoller and Cody Shank.
All right.
Hey, Cody, I'm seeing if a friend's available for the stream, but
Cool.
good to be back. We had a good one last time. Maybe Amy will be back. Let's see.
Cool.
So, yeah, I was so engrossed with Amy and the record collectors, I didn't pay great attention to this.
Oh, no, you're good.
Let me just see if Matt could join.
Cool.
Let me
Here's.
see if I could send him the link.
Oh, yeah.
So it's the same link. Well, I'd like to do what's up, everybody. So addicting, isn't it?
It is. It's one of those addicting statements. What's up, everybody?
Oh, let me tell. But right now we're doing a stream. People love old TV stuff, so I wanted to ask F Troop questions. All right, I'm trying to get Matt on, but let's see.
Matt, he.
Matt is an F Troop expert.
Ooh, I like F Troop.
Yes. Hello, Scarlett. Um, I wish you would join, but all right. So okay, so refresh me what you got. Hello, Ryan and Scarlett.
Here we are. We have, I'll zoom in on this. There we are. So we have,
Can you pop on a few minutes now with that link, and I could ask you questions about it?
here's Tom Kenny
Okay, this is the.
jumping on cars.
Okay, greetings, Jeff. Yeah, this nice guy in Ohio, the movie guy, is going to show up. So I thought it'd be easy if he brought some photos, because I'm not sure how much to bring with me. But he is saying that they don't look like high res, but he can make them high res on his computer. So it's a little confusing. But Matt knows, so let me know, Cody, if anyone's jumping on the stream besides Jeff on his bus. So Jeff Richards was taking a 9-hour bus ride for a gig, and he
That
looked
was
like
fun.
a combination of Ratso Rizzo.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he live? He says he's live now.
No.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, maybe I thought he's trying to go live.
No,
All
I
right.
wonder. Maybe he will be. It might take a bit
Okay.
to pop on. I know you mentioned you had that issue before, right? You were in here, and then it was.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. He
If
just
you need.
woke up from a nap, so he's getting ready. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, God, this is not a big problem, but
What's that?
I love my office, but I'm more comfortable sitting here.
You should. You should. Yeah, you could get your whole setup on the couch.
Well, what would I do?
You would just.
I
Well,
love
yeah, it looks
that
good now
office. I
because, like,
love that thing, but maybe if I do well at this thing coming up, I'll buy a really comfortable office desk. Oh wait, why did this thing open? Oh, wait.
So Fred, here are the pictures.
Okay.
Let's go through those real quick. We have Tom.
All right.
We got you and Andy.
Okay. So this is this is this is the first picture that wait, let me find the text. So this is the first picture.
Yes, this will be the top main picture.
I mean the one with Tom Kenny.
Yes.
Cubs. All right, and then
Then the next one.
let's see.
I'm trying to think if I had this one out of order, but it's a rough. This one is I have this thing.
Yeah, Scarlett said, I think Wood only cares about the setup. Yeah, it's funny. It's like, it's not funny, laugh out loud. I love having an office, but I love that Wood thinks someone caved out for me. But yeah, unless I got a really nice office desk, I'm not inclined to sit there, even though the back, maybe I'll put something behind here. It's not a big problem, but it's all about being comfortable. Like, it's a heat wave here. So good AC finally. Okay, so let me see if I could find the
Matt is in the room.
Okay, let's put Matt on.
I put him on, but I don't
Hey.
hear. Oh, there he is.
Hey,
man.
Matt, are you one of these people that you don't want you shutting off your camera? Oh, he left.
No, he's
No,
here.
I just woke up from a nap. I feel like my hair's all sticking up. I look terrible.
All right. Well, we got this little thing. I don't know if you've seen the Substack and the stuff where Cody draws these pictures, these illustrated stories. He actually did, and can you watch them from where you are, or as he's?
Oh
doing
yeah,
it?
I see that. Oh, I see them for sure, and I've seen you post them on Facebook. He's very talented. He reminds me of like a Hirschfeld caricaturist or something like that.
Yes, yeah, he's a
Oh.
young guy. Well, he's like you. To introduce everyone, Matt is going to give me some autograph advice. Oh, Ryan, I take naps, and I'll take a nap 8 at night. It's crazy. So
I'm taking a nap right now, actually.
yeah, I mean, I nap more than my cats. It's
Yeah,
my
right. Yeah, right.
I maybe it's my anxiety, or I need to decompress from almost everything I do. I go out, mail a letter. I need to decompress.
Right. Right. I went to the doctors. I came home. I said, I went to the doctors. I deserve this.
Oh yeah, it's glorious. And now I for 29 years lived in an apartment right by the Grove. I moved where I had the worst AC and I couldn't nap. And I finally moved out of that place, and I have central AC. So napping is just an AC. It's just it's everything. It's just decompressing and napping. So
Cat's got it right, man. The cat's absolutely got it right.
yeah, no ego. And they're not on Facebook trying to get likes. So to introduce now on our stream here, we have a lot of people that love old TV shows, old actors, character actors. So I want you to talk for a few minutes or whatever. Introduce you now. Oh, these are great. I want to get the story, Cody, but I'm gonna now Matt. Now you're like Cody in that Cody's only 32, maybe a few years older, but you would think he's got the sensibilities, an old soul. He loves, F Troop. He loves, he watched stuff with his parents. So he loves all the old TV shows. He knows Ronnie Shell, Gomer Pyle, all the old movies. And his drawing style is influenced by Mad Magazine, Peanuts, who's the guy, Cody, that book that from Mad?
Oh yeah, his name is Harvey. No, not Harvey. Is it? I'm getting
Harvey
that.
Kurtzman.
Harvey Kurtzman. Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, so
Jack
Matt
Mort Drucker
is a young guy, but he was Larry Storch's personal assistant and best friend for many years from F Troop.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, listen. You better roll out the red carpet for me now. Now that you know who I am, a little respect on the name, please.
Right. And also, you love all
yeah.
the old times. In the pandemic, I did a favor for Matt. I waited because he won an auction. Gloria Gaynor's gown for the, I don't know what the hell I was. What was that?
It was a Mitzi Gaynor Bob Mackie dress that she wore on one of her TV specials in the 1970s.
I may be 30 years older than you, but I'm not sure who Gloria Gaynor. I get Gloria Gaynor and Mitzi Gaynor mixed up. Who's who?
Well, one's a disco queen and one is an old MGM musical star. So they're a little different in career paths. Oh, and they look a little different too in terms of melatonin in their skin as well. But yeah, and maybe about a 20, 30-year age difference too.
Ryan Sharman knows who you are. You said Matt Beckoff. People know you as the liberal Jew. What's your thing on Instagram?
Liberal Jew. Yeah, right.
The loud lip.
Yeah, right.
And so you love the old time movies and characters.
Yes, as well as being an old time Jew. Yes,
Yes.
Think of me as a new Gilbert Gottfried with a voice that's not as annoying and put on.
So you bumped into Larry Storch and you went, "Hey, Colonel Agar," and he said, "Will you be my assistant?" How did that happen?
So, as you know, Fred, I'm also an autograph collector, and so I used to go and wait at stage doors to get autographs. One day when I was probably about 16 or 17 years old, I was waiting at the stage door for Annie Get Your Gun. I was waiting for Reba McEntire to get her autograph. I still to this day can't even name one Reba McEntire song, but I digress. So I'm waiting there, and this old man comes out, and it's Larry, and he's signing autographs for people. And one of my friends said to me, "Oh, get that guy's autograph. He's on F Troop." And keep in mind, I'm 17, so I don't know what the hell an F Troop is. I was basically like Peggy Bundy when Larry Storch was on Married with Children. I didn't know what it was. So I asked him for an autograph, and he says to me, "Oh, do you want to go get some soup?" Now, I'm thinking to myself,
that's so funny. A guy asks you for his autograph because, "Do you want to get soup?"
Right. So now I'm thinking, all right, I'm about to get sexually predatored by this Larry Storch guy. Maybe this will be my payday, So I go, nothing happens. He's as lovely and as nice as can be. Time goes by. I see in the newspaper that his wife passed away. He gave me his phone number the day that I met him. I called him just out of the blue. And I said, "Larry, I just want to call and, offer my condolences. I noticed in the newspaper that your wife passed away." And he said to me, "I don't know what the hell I'm going to do." And I said, I don't know what you're going to do either, And he says, and people don't believe this. He says, "Will you be my manager?" And I was maybe 21 at the time, and I'd just been kicked out of college. And I said, "Oh, I don't know how to be a manager." He says, "Well, what the hell is there to it?" He says, "You call people, you tell them you work with Larry Storch, you tell them how much money I want. They say yes or no. We show up, they pay us, I do comedy, we leave. That's it." And he was right, actually. Being a manager, it's pretty damn easy.
Well, it's easy when you're fielding calls.
Well, oh yeah, right. Oh, I'm a very lazy manager. I mean, if you're someone that's trying to break into the business and you want someone that's going to knock on doors, I ain't it.
That's every manager. When I first moved to Hollywood, I was with William Morris. I was younger, and I told the agent in personal appearances, "I'm not getting any work." He goes, "It's not like anyone's knocking on your door. Isn't it your job to knock?" He goes, "People aren't knocking on your door. They want to just field calls." So let me ask you, did Larry Storch start off as a stand-up in New York?
He started out doing talent shows. He literally was asked to leave high school. He went to DeWitt Clinton High School, which is where George Shapiro from The World of Seinfeld went to high school. And he had been winning these talent competitions, winning 50 cents, $1 here and there, and eventually he wasn't doing anything in school. So he actually got called into the principal's office one day, and she said to him, "Look, Larry, you're making more money," and he actually was. He was making more money than his father was, because keep in mind, this was during the Depression. And they literally said to him, "You know what? You don't need to be here. Why don't you just leave?" And he left. And so, yeah, he started doing impressions, actually, because his mother owned a row house in Manhattan.
Well,
And
what is a row house?
you know, I think it's basically a brownstone, and it was a place where she rented out rooms at a very cheap price for people who were, you know, coming to America for the first time. It was a place where Orson Welles actually rented a room there for a while, and that's allegedly where he was working on War of the Worlds. Anyway, long story short, too late. Larry would always pick up the phone and would sort of do these different dialects, matching the dialects of the people that lived with him. And so that was kind of how that all kind of started. And then when he would start telling jokes, he said, I would lift them. But he said the trick would be you want to lift from the best. I think Milton Berle told him that.
Wow. So Ryan just asked, "Oh, you're friends with Amy Stiller." I don't know how he knows that, but now when they were both alive, did Jerry visit Larry, or Larry visited Jerry Stiller?
Both actually. Jerry would go to Larry's house. There were times when Larry would go to Jerry's house. You know, Larry would go every year to Jerry's Christmas parties. I don't think I ever went to one of the Christmas parties, but I did go to one of Jerry's birthday parties. And Jerry would come to some of Larry's birthday shows that we would do. They were legitimately good, close friends. And, you know, Jerry was just the absolute, as you already know, I don't have to tell you, Fred, but he was nothing like his characters on TV, just an absolute mensch of a human being.
Let me interrupt. He wasn't, but one time I hung out with Amy like 20 years ago. Wow, something crazy. And so this is before GPSs, and we were going to visit some relative with Amy. He goes, no, you don't turn there. And he felt like George Costanza. No, you go up Crescent Heights. And it felt like George Costanza yelling at me. But I know he didn't yell.
Serenity now.
It was so funny hearing Jerry Stiller on the other end go, no, you're not listening. So I know, but Estelle Harris was pretty crazy. Who played
really? Well, you know, I always said that, you know, Ann Mira, Jerry Stiller's wife, was more like Frank Costanza than Jerry was. Actually, she was. She was. Oh God, she would just start screaming at Jerry out of nowhere. You know, they would be sitting in the club and she would start screaming, "Jerry, we gotta go! The car's coming! It's gonna be downstairs in 5 minutes. Let's go!" Yeah. You know, and she didn't care who was there. She would just let him have it. But so, as a result of knowing Jerry, I got to know Amy, and in fact, you know, Jerry asked me if I would go on a date with I don't know how much I should get into, but I actually went on a date with his assistant, Jody, at the time.
The other day, and I need to. Well, Amy, I need to apologize for Cody, because Cody was doing nasty comments that she's only worked with Ben. No, I'm just kidding. No, but someone made a comment, and poor Amy was defending herself to these to some trolls here. But, you know, only in this business, because I call someone else a character. Like, Amy's a character. She's just like, when I dated her, she was very quiet. And all of a sudden she became like, Ann Mira and George Costanza yelling and stuff.
But she's much more spiritual, Fred. You have to remember, she's much more spiritual.
Well, yell at me like, if I was ever I'm a little run down, you don't do the work. This is what you can't do.
Right.
You don't fucking do nutrition, and spends hundreds on all these oil pilling and everything.
Listen, if I had Stiller money, I'd put in the work. Trust me.
Oh my God! But Ann Mira one time. Now Amy told me that like Jerry was going to leave a big tip. You don't need to save the world, Jerry. Yeah. So
right. Yeah. Right.
Yes, like, He was the boss. Yes.
I
It's
mean, and they were such a yin and yang. It was always so interesting to watch the two of them together because she really did, for lack of a better term, wear the pants in that relationship.
yeah, yeah. It's yeah. And so, did you like visit other celebrities that were Larry's friends?
Oh my God! So one of the first celebrities whose houses I ever got, and now that they're both deceased, I can tell the story, I guess.
Sure.
I know Larry wouldn't have cared. I don't think Betsy would have cared. But one of the first celebrities whose apartment that Larry and I went to when we first started to work together was Betsy Palmer, who is best known for her appearance as Mrs. Voorhees in Friday the 13th. And she also was a panelist on all those old game shows back in the 50s and 60s.
Let me interrupt. Did she do like a hand lotion commercial? I thought she did some commercial, but I could be wrong.
Betsy Palmer, if it was in the 80s, she would go to the opening of an envelope for $5. So it's very possible, But yeah, so when we went to Betsy's house, we were all sitting there. I had written a book that she participated in, and I think we were going there to have her sign some copies for me. And as she was signing the copy, she looks at Larry and me and says, "You want to smoke a joint?" I was like, "What?" And at that point, I didn't even know that Larry Storch smoked marijuana. And he was like, "Absolutely." And I'm literally sitting between two people in their mid 80s who are rolling a joint, passing it back and forth to each other. And I'm like, Mrs. Voorhees just gave a shoddy to Corporal Agarn across my lap. And I'm watching this like, what weird Twilight Zone am I in right now?
To the people who don't know who Larry Storch was, we have Scarlett, who's 16, but mostly other people love old-time people. There was a show I grew up with called F Troop about, what was it, the Civil War or the...
yeah, sure, something like that. Yeah, the Civil War was near an end, apparently.
And I remember that the thing that always stuck out. Yes, that's Larry Storch, and it was a. How long do you think it ran?
It actually, believe it or not, even though people still talk about that show, it only ran for 2 seasons. But remember, back in those days, a season could be, 25 to 35 episodes, unlike today where it's like, 8 or 12.
And there were only 3, and with reruns, and there were only like 3 networks. Yeah, like Star Trek was only 3 seasons, the original William. And the thing
Same with Addams Family and the Munsters. I think those were also shows that were only 2 seasons long, and yet people still talk about them.
He was Mr. Whoopi on Tennessee Tuxedo. That's right.
Oh yeah, he did. So what's funny about that is, Howard Stern used to talk about Larry Storch all the time because Ben Stern, Howard's father, was the audio engineer who actually did all the recording of Tennessee Tuxedo. So when Howard Stern was a little kid, allegedly, he said that he would be in the studio watching his father working, and Larry Storch would be there, and Larry was one of his heroes. And so one night, Larry and I went to the opening of a Broadway show, and Howard Stern was actually there, and we ran into him on the red carpet, and Howard was praising him. "Oh my God, Larry Storch, I can't believe it. My dad was Ben, and I met you when you were my kid. I talk about you all the time. You're my hero. I love you, blah, 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 blah." I said, "Oh my God, we got to have Larry come down to your show." He's like, "Absolutely. Emailed Gary, never heard back." And yet Howard would continually talk about meeting Larry, and I would hear this, and people would message me, and I'm like, yeah, he loves Larry, but he won't answer a single one of Larry's messages. But yeah, I guess he loves him.
What is that picture, Cody? What the hell is that? Oh my God. Who's that that's Larry Storch?
Listen, Larry Storch was a handsome devil when he was young. Let me tell you, I used to tell Larry all the time, thank God I wasn't alive in the 40s when you landed at the port, because I would have been there waiting for you. He was a handsome man, and women loved him. I'm telling you, we would get like really like, I don't know. What kind of language can I use on here?
You could be all right. Yeah, like Scarlett will survive. You could use anything you want.
Okay. I mean, he would get messages from these like extremely horny women, very intimate messages on Facebook, and I'm like, And I would read them like, this guy's like 90 years old, and these women are like, that picture right there got Larry in a lot of trouble when he was rolling
Which one?
that picture is Larry Storch rolling a joint in like 1939 or 1942 or something like that. And he said he got in a lot of trouble because of that picture. Him and Tony Curtis, after the war, would roll joints in Tony Curtis's basement, and Tony Curtis's mom would yell downstairs and say, "Bernie, what are you and that Lawrence guy doing?"
Pikesville Al said Larry also played a friend of Archie Bunker who showed up at the bar with a young lady who turned out to be a paid escort. Did you know that he was on Archie Bunker, All in the Family?
Oh yeah, he was on All in the Family. Yeah. Yeah, it was a scene that was actually, it was a scene in the bar. Man, Larry never got the credit that he deserved. I mean, the dude was an original. There aren't that many originals.
Wow, you found that
there it is.
Cody.
That's the scene.
Wow, look at that, Harrison.
And
so he,
Larry Storch was doing celebrity impressions before people like Rich Little was even born, and he never got enough credit for that.
Oh, he was an impressionist. Now,
Absolutely, one of the first. I mean, Judy, that was Larry Storch. One night, Larry was on stage at Ciro's, and Judy Garland walked in as he was doing his impressions, and he was doing his Cary Grant, and Cary Grant actually writes about that in his autobiography.
Now, I just found out. I thought I know a lot about Hollywood history. Ciro's is where now the Comedy Store is on Sunset Boulevard, and that was a big mob place.
Yep.
Supposedly, Johnny Carson got
Yep.
in trouble there for insulting a mob guy or something. Now,
Oh yeah, I mean, Larry used to tell stories about Vegas and stuff. Vegas back in the day was always run by the mob, and it didn't matter if you were famous; they would come after you. Apparently, if you didn't pay people back and stuff like that. I always heard that Donald O'Connor, the great the great dancer, he was always in trouble because he was a degenerate gambler.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah, Larry told me that.
Weird seeing
Oh yeah.
some of those Wizards of Oz people late in life. Oh, I never knew I wanted to be an actor, but when I was in 8th grade, we were going to put on Midsummer's Night Dream, so we watched the movie, decided who we want to be, and there was a play within the play, Pyramus and Thisbe, and one guy was making me laugh. And I think he was in Wizards of Oz. I forgot which one, but he was in A Midsummer's Night Dream. So comedic. I forgot what he was called, but I got a funny story. So I worked on a show called Happily Divorced with Fran Drescher, and Rita Romano played her mother. And she took a liking to me, just like, oh, you're a character. Come look at my dressing room, with my friend, and showing me all the memorabilia. And she showed something. She goes, Forrest Tucker, he was a pig, So this is the Tom. We're doing the Tom Kenny one, but Cody's like picking up pictures. Wow, he looks like Tony Curtis here. Did we lose you, Larry?
Oh, that's Larry. That's Larry's wife, Norma. Yeah. Well, the rumor about Forrest Tucker was that just like Milton Berle, he was really, really packing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Those are
and it was so. That was one of the few things that Larry didn't like when people would mention it to him, and he would say to me, he was like, it's weird having people ask you about your best friend's dick.
Yeah.
when he's been dead for 30 years, no less.
Well, they were best friends.
Oh, that was Larry.
That's Jonathan.
Oh gosh, yeah. Larry was. I think that was on. That might have been Love American Style. One of those, one of those awful 70s TV shows.
Wow, what a great career! I didn't realize he worked besides F Troop so much.
Oh God, I mean, he was on Married with Children. He was in that I think one of the last things he ever was in that anyone watched was that Penn Jillette documentary about the aristocrats.
hell
You know, the aristocrats joke.
What is this? He looks playing a Native American.
I think that might be from I think that's from a Western movie that he did with an actor named Mark Stevens. I think that might be from a movie called Gun Fever. I could be wrong.
Wow. So when he would go to autograph conventions, did people bring their own stuff? And he goes, "How did you get this?" Or, you know, like they were fans of obscure things sometimes. You wouldn't expect them to be fans of Larry's.
Well, you know, again, most of the stuff was F Troop, and then a lot of it towards the end of Larry's life, a lot of the animation stuff started to become what people wanted. They really wanted like the animation stuff, like Tennessee Tuxedo, the Joker, which to this day, I don't actually know if Larry was the voice of the Joker. I really don't. I've listened to it. It doesn't sound like Larry to me. I don't know where it all came from and started from, but apparently it was Larry, and I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But a lot of that, like Merlin the Magic Mouse, the Groovy Ghoulies. Oh, the Paramount Theater. Yeah, that's one of those old posters of Larry. Yep. And so, yeah, people would bring a lot of their stuff. And a lot of times it was stuff actually like Cody has up right now, stuff that we never saw before. And a lot of times, you know, Larry didn't keep stuff. Like if you went to Larry's house, you wouldn't think, oh, this is where like an actor lived. Like there weren't like photos of Larry on the wall, posters of movies and Broadway shows. You know, he had one of the longest Broadway careers of anybody. His first Broadway show was in 1954. His last Broadway show was in 2004. So he actually had a career on Broadway that spanned 50 years and almost 10 Broadway productions.
What Broadway shows were
the very last couple of Broadway shows were Sly Fox. It was him and Professor Irwin Corey. I don't know if anyone remembers Professor Irwin Corey at this point.
Pikesville Al knows who he is, and Jeff Crone, of course. But yeah, Irwin Corey. He lived long.
And then the show before that was Annie Get Your Gun. But then, you know, before that it was like Arsenic and Old Lace. He was in Porgy and Bess. He was, which people say, who was Larry in Porgy and Bess? Well, he was the racist sheriff, unfortunately. And in one scene at Radio City Music Hall, he has to take his gun out of the holster and point it at people on stage. Well, he couldn't get the damn gun out of the holster, so he used his finger. And he got this huge laugh from the crowd. And, you know, Porgy and Bess is not a comedy. So, you know, he gets off stage and the director's like, what the fuck was that? Don't you ever do that again. Pull the goddamn gun out of the holster or just drop the bit, you know? And instead, he thought he was saving it by using his finger. And of course, you know, in a dramatic moment on stage, he ended up breaking the audience. It was speaking of Ann Mira, Larry was doing one of Ann Mira's plays at the George Street Playhouse in New Brunswick, New Jersey. And at one point in the show, it was a Wednesday afternoon, a matinee, they were doing a special performance for the blind. Why the blind go to the theater? I'm still trying to figure that out. No, I'm joking. That's a bad joke. But so Larry at one point on stage is supposed to fall over. And he falls over on stage. He opens the door, and as he's walking in, he stumbles down. Well, there was a dog in the audience that was with its owner, who was a blind guy. And so this dog was trained to help people like in crisis. So the dog jumps on stage and tries to help Larry get up. And it gets this tremendous applause. Ann Mira comes out laughing and clapping like, oh, this adorable dog. We love it. You know, they go backstage. Ann Mira says to Larry, that fucking pooch, he broke the fourth wall.
Oh my God. Who's this? Is that Bernadette Peters? No, I don't know who that is with him here. But amazing. So speaking now, let me ask you now.
Oh, that's
Stella Stevens.
That's from Detroit Rock. That's from Detroit Rock City. No, I forget who that is, but that's from that record, that movie about records. I think it was called Detroit Rock City. No, maybe something like that. Vinyl City. I don't know, some shit like
So
that.
okay, so let me ask you. I've only done one autograph thing. This is the first time I'm going on the road, and you got me in that crazy thing by the airport. Now, so you know
Oh, the groovy guru. Get smart.
the guru. Oh my God! Look at him. That's
Love that. Love that. I love that.
Leo.
At Larry Storch's 97th birthday party, we dressed him up as the Groovy Guru. We had a band that dressed up as the Sacred Cows, and we opened the party, and it's on YouTube. You can watch it. We opened the party, Larry coming out on stage as the Groovy Guru with the Sacred Cows, and we were dancing. We were throwing out beads. It was so effing awesome and wild. And Larry and I, if you watch the video, we were smoking weed backstage. We were high as a kite.
Wow.
Larry smoked weed until almost the day he died. He was so heartbroken when his lungs gave out on him and he couldn't smoke anymore. And he had the most first of all these old actors smoke the worst weed. Why that is, I don't know. I would get him and Irwin Corey my weed, and they would take one hit and they would say, Jesus Christ, man, where do you get this crap? But Larry would have this wooden pipe that, I mean, he must have had it since like the Nixon administration, you know, and it was like this wooden pipe. And every time he would light the pipe, the actual pipe would catch on fire, you know. And I was like, Larry, I'm going to get you something new. But anyway, him and Don Adams actually went to school together. So, you know, Larry's life was very full circle in that people like Tony Curtis and people like Don Adams, people from his youth, from his childhood, ended up becoming contemporaries of him in the world of acting and show business. And so what a really amazing life. I don't think anything like that will ever happen again, just because of the nature of how show business is nowadays.
Yeah, you don't have people like stand-ups also doing Broadway like they did, you know, it sounds like they had then. And what a range of
correct.
And yeah, it sounds like a great life. Bob Denver, Leo saying, was a big pot aficionado. So, all right. So, do you know someone who could get better res copies of some of those pictures?
You know, it's funny. My friend Greg has been sending me messages as you and I are on our little live stream, actually. But yeah, so my friend Greg is going to get a few screen grabs of Seinfeld from you. Don't put the logo on. Don't print photos with logos on them. I don't know why anyone in their right mind would suggest that. It's very redundant. We know what it's from.
Right. Yeah. Well, this is so ridiculous. So they're screening Dumb and Dumber, and they were going to have me and Mike Starr, who punched me. He can't make it. He had to pull out. So you know who's taking his place? You met him, Bobby Carradine. He wasn't in Dumb and Dumber.
Annie Corson?
What's that?
Bobby Carradine. I jokingly said Annie Corson.
Oh my God. I won't name. I went on the road with this man. I don't name names. I'll tell you off. Who's kind of abrasive and oh my God. It's yeah. That's yeah. But Bobby's a real good.
Yeah. Let's not.
Yeah. Going to the fest. All right. So Ryan is taunting me. There's going to be only 20 people going to the festival. You're going to have way too much stuff. Well, I don't know how much I'm supposed to bring. Yeah, like on the road. What's your advice? I'm getting heckled by Ryan that only.
Well,
festival.
I think that photo is from the Tony Curtis. That's either from The Persuaders or the show that. What was that show that Tony Curtis and Roger Moore did together? What was that one? That was The Persuaders, I think. Yeah, that's from that. That's from that TV show. But anyway, so for a gig like this in a movie theater, I mean, you know, if you bring 100 8x10s, I think you're more than fine. But
Okay.
you know,
We're also going to be there.
It doesn't always hurt to bring a little bit more. You never know.
It's going to be a film festival. All right, I won't stress. Cody's going to be there. He lives in Ohio, and yeah, that's a famous. Did he have hats around the house? No. But Ryan, it's a movie screening, but it's going to be a film festival, so I'm going to be there the whole weekend. You know, hopefully like a booth. Hopefully, people will buy stuff.
I have that hat. So that was the hat that Larry wore. I think it was the hat that he wore on F Troop, and he gave that hat to me. That
Wow.
was my inheritance. 18 years of work. 18 years of work, and that's what I got, a hat.
But the original
I didn't get a dinner. I just got a hat.
You got the original F Troop hat.
I hope it is. I hope it is. If it's not, then I put in 18 years for some rinky-dink copy. But, regardless of that, man, I tell you, I miss Larry a lot. It's so weird. I swear to God, Fred, I was waiting for Elaine May. You would know who Elaine May is, Fred. I think the majority of people listening to this are going, Elaine, who? But I was waiting for Elaine May at a screening at the Roxy Hotel downtown maybe a month and a half ago. And I'm sitting in the lobby just waiting. And this woman comes up to me and she says, I don't want to bother you. She says, my name is Heather. I was a big fan of Larry's. And I used to come to Larry's birthday parties that you would throw at the Metropolitan Room and the Triad Theater. And I looked at her and I said, bother me. I said, to sit here and talk about Larry Storch for me is an honor. He was my best friend. So just to talk about Larry at all for me is a wonderful thing. That's why I'm here, actually. See, getting me on a podcast or something like this is not easy to do. And it's not because I have an ego. It's just because I think I'm boring and I have an ugly voice and I don't think anybody wants to hear me talk. But to talk about Larry and to reminisce about Larry, that's all you have to say to get me anywhere, because I love that man and I miss that man. And everyone in life, if we could have just one friend in our life, like a Larry Storch type, you're lucky. We're lucky.
Yes.
I was lucky.
Yeah.
So anyway, that being said, I do got to run.
Let you go because we need some drawing, and Cody skipped out of school. No, I'm just kidding. Well, no. The other thing, he got mad. He left for an hour, so we can't get Cody mad. So I'm just kidding. But Matt.
Oh God, nobody puts Cody in the corner. Nobody.
No. Well, this was great. Does Matt have any Tom Kenny stories? No. We got to get back to Tom Kenny. So that's what this story's about. So that he's drawing.
You guys get back to Tom Kenny. Anyway, Fred, thanks for having me on, and Cody, you do it. Cody, that's phenomenal work, by the way. I mean, the way he was pulling up all those photos of Larry. That photo was from the Monkees/Brady Bunch convention. You see, really? I was a good manager. I mean, how many managers can say that they booked their client for the Monkees/Brady Bunch autograph convention? Not many, babe. Not many.
That's amazing.
Well, Jeff said having the experience that you had with him is enough of an inheritance. So I agree, Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more. Absolutely.
Well, Matt, it was great catching up, and we'll talk soon. Let me know when you're out in L.A.
Perfect. All right, guys. Have a good night. Cody, it was nice to meet you. Take care.
Nice meeting you too. It's a great story. I love it.
Jeff and Gary enjoyed that. He's, like I said, he's a young guy, but he knows his stuff. Larry trained him and all this stuff. It is Balloon. That is from F Troop. Remember that episode?
Wait, what's that, Fred?
There's a famous line from F Troop. It is Balloon.
Oh. I kind of forgot that. Yeah, I have to revisit those things. It's the funniest show.
Yes.
Got to turn on some lights. It started getting dark.
Oh yeah, it's weird how it's pretty light and all of a sudden it's pretty dark.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Very cool. Well, that was really great. Yeah, you got a lot of stories.
Yeah. He's on Facebook. If you follow him or friend him, he always goes to Broadway shows, and he's like fanatical about getting pictures with any celebrity. He loves celebrity pictures.
See, where was I with? Oh yeah.
So all right. So That all right. So the first before is I met Andy, with the by Handy Manny, and that's that's Tom Kenny and Andy.
That's right.
You know, he almost looks a little bit like Elvis Costello.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I'm just kind of trying to make him look like SpongeBob.
How far from Monastery? Oh, we're getting closer. I think we're at 2,300. We need 700 more, but it's not, we don't literally need 700 hours. Like this one can count. I don't know how they do it if there's like 20 people watching it times two, or so we're getting a little closer. And I think when we go to Ohio, hopefully we'll have it by then, but I could just bring my phone or my laptop and we can do like a stream, a YouTube stream from Ohio with Bobby Carradine.
Right.
So we're getting
Absolutely.
closer.
That'd be awesome.
What is he wearing around his, what are those, overalls? Or looks like a,
Yeah, I can just make it look normal too. They could be. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Just have him kind of look a little bit like SpongeBob.
I don't know if him and Bobcat were a duo. They're best friends from, they grew up in Syracuse or something together.
Right, I remember him talking
I
about.
don't think they did. They may have fooled around and maybe as teenagers they did some shows, but I don't think professionally. Hmm. That looks like Tom. No, it does.
That's hilarious. It's
I
funny
like
when you say it, I know where I'm going, and I know I'm hitting it. Then
Is he having shorts with skinny legs?
yeah,
That's funny.
kind of like yeah. I figured I'd use like SpongeBob as like the
All right, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to read names from the MLC world I don't know.
That's good.
So this is so you watched F Troop with your dad, with Gary, Cody?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a great. That show is. Actually, I'd like to get it out now again, and we have it on DVD. But yeah, it was always just the humor was like really good. It was really funny. It knew, and Larry Storch was really so funny in it.
Now I don't know who
It's hilarious.
Shustak is. Lucille Ball's I'm listening to an audio book about Martin Scorsese.
Oh yeah.
Scorsese. So it made me. I never saw Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, so I watched it,
Mhm.
and I thought it was this light fluff thing because they based the show Alice on it. Did you ever see Alice with Linda Lavin?
That is that a TV show? Alice. That sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
it was with
Yeah.
Linda Lavin,
Yeah.
and the movie it's based on,
Mhm.
it's really good. What's her name? Ellen Burstyn won the Academy Award, and Harvey Keitel was in it. It's really good.
This is the movie Alice.
No, it's called Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
Oh, Alice. Now, what year was that? Like
73. So the story was she did The Exorcist, and
All right.
the studio was watching dailies. Said, "Oh, she's good. Let's get her some more movies." So they were offering her stuff, but there's all these cliche women parts. So she got a hold of the script, and And Scorsese, or is it Scorsese? Scorsese just did Mean. Chris Christopherson was so good in it. It was a real, and Harvey Keitel was really sinister in it. And any British comics? Oh well, I grew up listening to Monty Python albums, and I got to meet what's his name? I saw Monty Python live in like
Oh wow.
77 or something. Other British things. I mean, contemporary British people, but Monty Python I just loved. Yeah, I never really got into. I never really was into religious stuff. I never understood the parody, so I didn't really ever like Life of Brian or those things.
Did you check out that what was it, that Last of the Summer Wine? Did you like what was your thoughts on that?
Oh, I enjoyed that. I got to revisit that. Tell them what it's called again.
Last of the Summer Wine. It stars Peter Sallis, who is the voice of Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, the animation series, or shorts, not series. But let me pull up a picture.
Ricky Gervais, I appreciated the original Office, but he's gotten on my nerves. I can't say I'm a big fan. I appreciate, a lot, but his stand-up is just not. It's annoying.
Who's that?
Ricky Gervais.
Oh, right.
This is an interesting show. Yes.
It's got a really fun landscape too, like wherever they're at. It's pretty wild. So a lot of fun characters.
Yeah.
And here are some other characters.
Andy Paley. Well, I told Jim Turner and Jalinda.
Oh,
You're
good.
And they're excited. So Jeff asked, "Is Cody? You should have like a little booklet ready to sell, or we're going to give it to Jeff for free." Jeff shows up. He's such a loyal, supporter. I'm not going to charge him, but so you're going to do like a little mini book with this story and some of the others, right, Cody?
Exactly. That's the plan. That is the plan.
Well, Dudley Moore was in a comedy team with Peter Cook. You know who Dudley Moore is, right, Cody?
Yeah, remind me. The name sounds familiar.
Well, he had two big hit movies, Arthur and 10.
Oh yeah, the let me look at the.
Oh, Derek.
Look them up. Dudley Moore. Oh yeah, Dudley Moore. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like that striped shirt.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais. So Matt, I could imagine he's like a collector, so I could imagine what his place looks like. Just
He collected like classic stuff, or
just autographs, probably lobby cards.
oh yeah.
Name.
That's cool.
I'll show them. This is Cody's playing around with a cover for a mock little thing. Fred Stoller's not World of Wonders. I'm thinking as much as I like the Don't Tell Him I Said It, the Damsels.
Mm-hmm.
maybe in the as they say, that real estate, do something kind of crazy because they don't know the damsels, like Tom jumping on the car. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
something. You know what I mean? More of the Fred Stoller's World of Wonders. Something rather than it, because we got Andy Paley up there. You know what I mean? Something
Right.
kind of crazy. That's my 2 cents, as they say.
This.
So I've been watching a lot of French movies lately. I just like, well, maybe you're younger. Russell Brand just seems like he is an egomaniac. I guess he's charming. They liked him and get him to the Greek, but he's annoying. Are you from England, Gavin? Yeah, Russell Brand.
Sorry about
My cup of tea. Okay, the story here is this is a tribute to Andy Paley, who some of these people may not know, but he was. I met him working on Handy Manny. He did the music sometimes for Handy Manny. He was a jack of all, a music guy. Worked with Mike Wilson of the Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. He was a legend, just like a guy that just like Zelig just fit into a lot of stuff. And he was a great. I met him on Handy Manny. Tom Kenny introduced me, and Tom brought him in. And he just loved. He was like Vinny from Friend Vinny, if anyone's familiar. Loved hearing my stories. So he sadly died. And at his tribute, which Cody came in for, when I met him in person, I did a story about this running joke we had where it was painful to talk to my parents. And we had this inside joke where I made up these stories about Tom Kenny. It just was crazy where I taped these calls and made up things about Tom jumping in cars, all this stuff. As we go, I'll more tell you the story, but an inside joke where Tom would jump on cars for attention and all these crazy things he didn't do, but we had this inside joke. It goes a little deep in this story. It's hard to kind of gloss over. It was just about me. We had this friendship. I'm laughing just remembering this. I'd call him and I would make up these stories. I'd play tapes of things I made up, telling my mother, and he loved hearing it, and he would just laugh his head off. So it's kind of a sweet tribute to him when he died. Yes, that's correct. He became the go-to music guy. Actually, before the two had a dog, David Keckner, who was in The Office, Anchorman, he did a comedy duo with this guy named Dave Allen Gruber, who was from a comedy team called the Higgins Boys Gruber. And Andy was the music guy for all these like cool undergroundish comedy music shows. Andy did the music for what you just said. Jim Turner also did another show, Clown Town. So Andy was the go-to music guy for all comedy shows, and he was kind of struggling. He made money. He produced the Dick Tracy soundtrack, and there was a Madonna song on it. So he made a lot of money, and he bought his house, but then struggled for a bit.
Oh yeah.
So
And that's
just
where this picture comes into play.
now, he bought his house from the Dick Tracy. That's a great picture. Yeah, Naked Trucker. That's what it's called, the Naked Trucker and T-Bones.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there was another thing that, yeah. So at his tribute, which Cody came with his parents, there were so many people at it, and I think with the Substack story, we're gonna put not only the story with the pictures and the audio like usual. Maybe we'll put a link where you could see the whole tribute, and we'll have one of my mother's calls. We'll put the audio for that, where we're making up about Tom, one of the real calls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got some of those.
So,
We'll have.
so basically, at this thing, Cody got to meet Billy West, who's, if you know voiceovers, he's done everything, Futurama. Because everyone loved Andy and worked with him. David Herman, who was in Office Space, and he's in Futurama. Jonathan Richman from a group, The Modern Lovers, was there. They did video tributes. Paul Schaefer, this guy Elliot Kasner, I think is. Oh, let me see that. All right, Elliot. That. Yeah, you're putting that picture up. This is great. I love it. So wait. That's Elliot Easton is from the Cars.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that guy next to him? I can't read the writing.
That's the Jonathan Richmond.
Oh, from the Modern Lovers. Paul Schaefer was he did a video tribute. Brian Wilson, that's a great shot. Jonathan Paley, that looks a lot like him. And
Peter Wolf.
Peter Wolf was one of his friends. I think Jeff Crone won't know who that is. I'm just kidding. Actually, the first concert I ever went to, live one, was the Jay Giles Band, who from Boston, and Andy was hanging out backstage. Obviously, didn't know who Andy was. They were kind of known, but then they exploded in the 80s with MTV, with Centerfold, Freeze Frame, all these things. Oh, that's a great picture. Everyone who loved Andy's going to love this. So, yeah, at this tribute, David Koechner was one of his best friends. He couldn't make it for some reason. And David Koechner would go on the road. They talked about you and gave you the okay because you're in a third world country. I don't know what that means. What's this illustration, Cody?
This one was just kind of like a picture of him laughing, like all of his.
Right. Oh, his laugh.
Laughing. So it's like a
the best laugh.
like little.
He loved Andy Kindler, who Norm didn't like, and or Al. So he loved Inside Joke. That's a great picture. Oh, these are great. He was just so loved. Oh, I love that. Some of these, I can't decide which one of Cody's pictures I'm going to eventually hang up and frame. Now, which one is this? Oh, yeah.
This is where he's looking at your work, and
Yes.
everybody that you knew didn't really like. He's like the friends. People call you your friends, but.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great picture.
So and then I said have these characters saying something funny, like he's like Andy saying, "I love this part." It's like he's paying attention to this, the details. Or
let me see. Yeah, he's one of those guys that he just Brian. It's like when my father died. There's questions I never got to ask him or think to. But how did he get set up with? Let me see something. How did he know these people? Things I wish I would have asked him.
Right. Yeah, you don't realize that, like, it's so crazy, like,
You don't think to ask.
yeah, you don't. You don't. It's pretty
But
wild.
yeah, how he got set up with Brian. I haven't done a lot of talk shows, Scarlett. But yeah, the Jay Giles band. So I guess Andy started in the Boston area where he became friends with the guy from the Cars. Wait, what's that's him scraping a car, or what's he doing in this one?
He's trying to break into a car,
Yes, yes. Oh, it's so good.
and your mom's imagining what you're telling him on the
Oh,
phone.
that's so. I mean, I hope, but I don't care. This isn't too inside for people don't know, but it's. I think it's still. I think if even if you don't know Andy Paley, it's still a fun story, right, Cody?
Yes.
So that's Tom banging into the lockers.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
And then she's like, something's wrong with him.
Yes.
And there's a few other fun gags I can do some roughs of, but
Well, and the other things like him diving in front of a car, trying to be a stuntman.
yeah, well, I can do some new
Yeah.
roughs for that.
Do some refs, please, for some other antics he did. Like, I forgot what else was in it. He tried to be a stuntman, or they thought that when they're throwing things at the kids when they're leaving, and he held up his kids as a,
Right.
as a human shield. We made up that when they threw him out of town, they were throwing bottles at him, and he held up his kids as human shields.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull that up. Let's see. I will always be great. That's tried to break into someone's car. We did that. I could use it like I could have him holding a crowbar instead too.
All right.
Why is blah blah blah. He was the hammer. Did that one.
Jeff Richards. Let me.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, diving in front of cars.
Yes, that's a good one.
Here, I'll take this, and then I'm gonna save. Command Shift. Command Shift. There we go.
Yes, he did. That's right. Yeah, this is about Handy Manny. I met Andy Paley because Tom Kenny would bring him in to do music for like the shows he worked on.
Encouraged by making Andy laugh, I started calling Heather a few times a
Oh.
week.
Let me see.
Mhm.
We're doing a tribute to Andy right now on a live stream. I'd love for you to pop on. Jonathan, I just texted Jonathan, his brother.
Oh, that's cool.
Have I coined anything? Ryan asked, I think someone asked before, is this a Wacom?
This is a Wacom. Yes. It's
Now you have a
22
smaller
inch.
one you use at the library?
Yeah, I use the same brand. The one I got for the one at the library is a Wacom One, which is more portable and small. It can fit in a computer bag. This one's 22 inches, and yeah.
Oh yeah, there's good ones here. Scuba diving at the Grove. I didn't take you to Grove, but there's a little fountain there where people, and the like Vegas where the thing goes up. So we made up that he would jump in the fountain in a scuba diving uniform, and take the coins. James Bond. James, I love where I live, but I get lonely here. There's no good restaurants. And I may come in later if you're around to get dinner. Except I like James, but you get depressed hanging out with him because it's just such a great life. He's got this girlfriend that takes him to Aruba and all the best restaurants, and they go in helicopters, and uh, no, but all right, don't Jeff Richards. It was so surreal. I don't know if any of you were here on the stream, but he was sitting in the back of a bus, and Jeff, and I have the sadness too. There's something, Jeff's almost like the sad clown. You know what I'm saying? There's a sadness that, about him. Like there's a tormented sadness about Jeff, and I have it too, obviously. And we're sitting in the back of the bus doing a stream. Well, one time he was sitting with a Costco for an hour and a half on a lounge chair, and people must have said, what this guy do, talking and making faces. But there was like 2 streams ago, or maybe it was it was last Sunday, I think. Yeah. That's where it's so, all right, where it felt like he was a combination of Ratso Rizzo sitting in the back of the bus, like you wanted the Midnight Cowboy music. And I love the picture already of okay, hang on, James. I'm taking you out to dinner. I'm so lonely. I pay for people. I'll take you. Don't. I'm taking you to dinner. I don't want to eat alone again. So
Everyone eats alone.
everyone eats alone.
We could change the
And
title.
yes.
Everyone eats together.
Oh, my friend Charles. Oh, okay. I try not to go on too much of a tangent. What was I saying? What was I saying? I forgot. I got to stop these tangents. Oh, he was on the bus. It seemed like a Ratso Rizzo kind of a character. It's very surreal that he was on for maybe 2 hours in the back of a bus. He was heading towards a gig. So I thought I could get him going back home. Yeah. He just, you know what I mean? Do you agree there's a sadness to him,
Yeah. Oh, well, yes, I mean, it's funny. It's like the whole picture is interesting.
Yeah.
Driving away.
Well, there's also the bus ride with Morgan Freeman at the end of Shawshank Redemption.
I need to rewatch that. I remember very good. I need to rewatch that.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Or the one where the graduate.
Yeah.
Where they're in the car driving away and the camera's like pointing towards them.
High End Life 2 is coming out. I see on Instagram I have a little part in it.
Oh, nice.
Jeff's has dead eyes. Jeff,
Jeff.
he's great. I temporarily took away my Instagram and Threads off my phone. I
That's
had to
cool.
put it back on just because I just scroll too much and compare. You
Right.
know. Andy loved the fountain story. Oh, he just would crack up a scuba diving uniform.
Trying to see if I could. Short.
That's a good point. He's too sad to be himself. Well, Jeff's one of these people. I'm too much talking about myself, feelings, depression, anxiety, real stories. He doesn't really talk much about Jeff. You don't really know from his act, which is fine. Like, well, Frank Caliendo is an impressionist, so I guess they don't really talk much about themselves.
Would you tell your face?
Oh God, Jeff is like Bill Bixby's character at the end of The Incredible Hulk. Jeff would know. There was a Bill Bixby show called The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Did you ever watch that with Gary? Cody?
What is it called? Courtship of?
Eddie's Father.
No, I've never heard of
Which
that
is
one.
based on a Glenn Ford movie
Oh no, yeah.
about a bachelor bringing a guy. His wife died and bringing up his own son.
That's interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
It
Maybe
was-
Dad would though. He may have.
Oh, I think Gary would know that one. Another sad story was called Family Affair. This
Right.
single bachelor, his three kids, his nephews and nieces, like their parent dies.
Right.
Have you
French.
seen Family Affair?
Mr. French.
Mm-hmm.
And then the kid, the girl. Was it a girl?
Buffy, Sissy, and Jody.
Right, like the red curly hair kind of thing going.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, Johnny Whitaker. He was in a show called Sigmund and the Sea Monster. Like they used to have these Croft shows. Yeah, I knew Gary would know Courtship of Eddie's Father. Bill Bixby. Well, before that, Bill Bixby was in a show called My Favorite Martian,
Oh yeah, yeah.
where the guy would have antennas coming out of his head.
Yes.
Did you ever see that show, Luna? You want to be on the lap? Family Affair. Luna, what do you think? Jody was on the Music Man movie, really.
Oh right.
That's the father, yeah. Well, it's weird. So I was telling you, I was watching Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, and Jodie Foster was in it. It's a really great movie. A weird, very 70s movie. Family Affair.
Hey, Paul.
Hey guys, it's Paul. You remember me? How's it going? How are you guys doing?
Well, you are the expert with comedy albums. Tell me about your store.
Oh, yeah, it starts by thinking of it in terms of before you leave the house, you have to put something on your body, right?
Yes.
Well, it's the same thing for a record. A record has to have something to go around its body.
Sleeve.
And I decided to corner the market on a specific niche, and it was sort of my downfall, which was I focused on the sleeves of comedy records. I
It's
said,
very
here's,
specific.
well,
No,
so
not the comedy
sort,
record, just the sleeves.
and there's a lot of comedy albums to have sleeves of. Trust me, I had a lot of different, interesting kind of sleeves and interesting. And I don't just mean covers. I mean, the sleeves.
No, the cover, not the cover. It's just if you have an album and you lost a sleeve. The
Is there
comedy
anything up your sleeve?
Well, and you wouldn't have to lose it to get one. I mean, people collect these, so there is a very but it's a tough world because not everybody's looking for a sleeve to a comedy album, and not everybody wants to hear my shit. I probably drove a lot of people off just by being, kind of annoying a little bit, and I kind of shushed people away, and so. But anyway, I don't want to focus on that too much more.
Well, you had a great idea and it could have worked. Did you have one person ever buy a comedy sleeve?
Oh, sure, sure. We sold comedy sleeves. It wasn't. I think it was just sort of like supply and demand. The less people were listening to albums, the less we would get the requests for the sleeves for the albums. And we really weren't ahead of the curve either. There was another, well, there were two different sleeve stores, catty corner to this place. So yeah, I don't, I wouldn't say I was going to do anything different. I just had a lot of bad luck, and probably could have picked something a little bit better than the sleeves. The sleeves were kind of my downfall, I think.
How much did you invest in this business?
Well, two marriages and a go-kart is what I usually tell people.
I
But
heard you took one of your kids out of college and the kid is struggling now because rather than putting your kid through college, you spent the money on the sleeve store.
it's actually not called a sleeve store. And if you say that one more time, I'm going to leave.
Okay. I'm sorry. What's it called again?
The store that has sleeves.
Okay. Please don't leave. I don't want to offend anyone.
But it's kind of worn on me over the years. I've had some good times. I've had some bad times. One time I had I got a spider bite from an old Carlin album, and there
How
was
did you
a
get a spider?
spider.
There was a spider in a Carlin album.
There was a spider in a Carlin album. Yeah, and I got bit, and I said, "Well, this isn't good," you know.
Now I have a crazy idea. You see, my cat is lying on me, right? They
Yeah.
have like little sweaters for dogs and cats. What if there was a sweater that was a comedy sleeve?
Well, Fred, that actually was something I already thought of.
Okay.
Don't you love when people do that? They say they already thought of the thing.
Yeah, I guess it sounded too obvious. Yeah.
No,
You think
but
yeah.
no, but you know how people will say, "Oh, here's a good idea for you." And they go, "Oh, I've already thought of that one."
Yeah.
You know how people do that? Do you think that they really did think of it themselves?
Well, you said you had the idea for the comedy sleeve store and someone else had one. So it happens. Don't
Well,
get mad. Did I say-
I mean, if that's all you want to talk about is the comedy sleeves, I mean, it seems like it's the only thing about our friendship that even feels real.
No. I didn't even know about this. I knew you owned the comedy club, and I recently found out about the store. So you were a good club owner. I heard you discovered Susie Essman.
And I discovered her comedy sleeve too.
He really did tell a story that he discovered Susie Essman, but it didn't. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
anything about that, Fred, but
Okay.
I know who Susie is. I know what her sleeve looks like, or used to look like. I don't think I kept any of her sleeves, but I auctioned them off. I sold them off. I eBayed them. I Craigslisted them. I put them out on the corner near my house. I just got to get rid of all these little silly little albums, CDs, and DVDs, and all this sort of thing.
Should we be
Wow.
making sleeves?
Cody had a question. What's it?
Should we make sleeves?
I don't know. I think he doesn't like it. We all talk about that
Oh,
because we have
No, I
friendship.
shouldn't have said anything, Fred and Cody. I shouldn't have said anything because, well, once I started saying something, it sounded like something else, and I got lost. And I do have a very I have a very low IQ.
all right. We-
You're a very honest guy, Paul.
yeah, very honest.
You don't try to con people.
Well, let's put it this way: I don't waste my time trying clam chowder at every restaurant I go to. If I really want one, I'll get one, and I'll just go for it. I won't do any research.
Well, this is a picture of Tom Kenny, as you see. Now, this a serious question. I looked you up, Jeff Richards, and we actually worked together, and you don't remember it.
Is that right?
There's a show called, and you don't even remember the gig. The show is called
Rugrats?
the sequel to Rugrats.
Yeah, right.
All Grown Up, and I remember you were standing there and eating turkey sandwiches as we were recording because they had free turkey to the side or chicken.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? You played.
And
a
I was
radio
eating a
voice?
sandwich.
What's that?
Is that where I met you originally?
I didn't process that was Jeff Richards. I remember there was a bulky guy and playing a NASCAR driver, and he was eating the sandwiches they had to the side as he was recording. And then for some reason, I IMDb'd you, just going, what else has Jeff done? And it said, oh, All Grown Up. And then it's the same episode. And that's who that's that guy was Jeff Richards, who I didn't think we talked or anything, but you were there.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Do you remember meeting me, or you just don't really remember the session?
I remember your stand-up from the '80s, and I remember you as a person, but I don't. I don't remember even doing Rugrats really.
Yeah, let me see. Jeff Richards, some Pay to Die. Let me see if I could find the credit. Desert Friends. What was that?
Beans is another one of the movies.
Right. Till Death. Oh, that's it. What you played Brad Pitt? What was that about?
I don't know, and I don't even know. I didn't even know I could do it. I mean, I guess I could do a good enough one.
They cast you as Brad Pitt in Till Death, the Brad Garrett show.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
Well, I wasn't. It was just animation.
Till Death is an animated show?
No, but it was the animated part.
Oh, Mind of Mancy. You played Bill O'Reilly.
Right.
All Grown Up. Okay. Yes, you played a part called Oil Can Bonnet in All Grown Up, and I was on that episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see what else he's been in. Saturday Night Live, 50 episodes. Wow. Wow. Mad
Wow.
TV. Laugh Factory. Wow, so your first time on any TV show is Mad TV.
Yeah. Well,
Same-
no, I did the Gong Show, if that counts. I did the Gong Show.
What'd you do on that?
I did just impressions.
Did you get gonged?
No, I didn't make it to the end, but I was up against two BMXers, their BMX bike. They're like freestylists, so they put me against them. So that's a tough one.
Who were the gongers?
Oh, I don't know.
Paul Provenza. Are you having fun? Oh my God! Did you know?
You're gonna laugh.
What's that?
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna cry. You're gonna be brought to your knees with revelations. 3:16. Paul 1. Jehovah's Witness. Where'd he go? I don't know. He was a witness. Jehovah's Witness. You having a good time? Tell it to your fucking face, you mother. Take a banana for the road. Take a banana for the road. Take a banana for the road.
Do you want to take a banana for the road, Luna?
Fred, I love your show, man. It's really great. I'd like to watch it to go to sleep with.
I'm being roasted. Oh my God!
Look, I can see two squares right here. You're the two squares.
Wait. Let's try. It's not working. Why is it not working when Jonathan's trying? Could you see what's going on, Cody?
I don't see he's getting on, but maybe the let me see. It might be the browser. Is he using a computer or a phone?
Are you using a computer or a phone? That was Norm's impression of Jamie from the Laugh Factory. Norm once said, "What's Wayne Codd up to these days?" Jamie goes, "He's on computer."
He's on computer?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
That's so funny.
He's on computer.
He's on computer.
No,
Hey,
no,
buddy.
I haven't really kept up with Shane Gillis, but they say he's like Norm. He's as funny as Norm. I mean, I'm willing to go. All right, if he is, but Norm was pretty funny. Even just reciting someone else's ridiculous thing, he said.
Yeah, I say. Yeah, figure out. Yeah.
He's trying on the phone.
Yeah,
Cody.
Fred Stiller. Yeah.
He's doing it on the phone.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Fred Stiller. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
What happens?
Who's that? Is that me?
Go. Oh yeah, there you are. Nah, this is.
Well, you
Maggie
accidentally
Kelly
drew me.
did a story about.
You actually. Yeah, I think that looks pretty close.
Yeah, they did a
It is.
picture of you, and someone said it looks like a Weeble.
I'll take it. I used to love those things.
He said no mic, just video. When he tries.
Oh really? It might just be like a version of a phone or something. I don't know what I wouldn't know what to say other than let's see, when you click on it on the phone,
He really.
I could try to just send you another link.
Yeah, try one more link.
Should I text it to you?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yes, and please, yes. Please.
That's what our inside joke with Bobby Carradine. Do you want another Arnold Palmer? Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, please.
So yeah, I love the bus ride. I wish we got you on the bus coming home.
Yeah.
That was coming home.
Oh, I thought you were going. Oh,
Oh,
that would have been fun going and coming back.
9 hours on the bus coming back.
And where'd you go from where to where? Well, I know you don't like to say where you live, but did you see a lot of good stuff?
Yeah, I mean, let's just say Hawaii looks beautiful this time of year.
A bus ride to Hawaii.
I'm on the. I can't get into where I am exactly, but I'm in the near the Coachella Mountains.
I remember I did this stupid strip poker tournament with Cato Callanan in Jamaica, and it was just a hurricane, and the bus was going through these curvy things with no guardrails. It's pretty scary. Let me see. Oh, no. Put a pin in it. So put a pin. I'll try one more time.
Freddie.
You on computer?
But no, Fred, it's, it was also, I want to say that the sleeve store was a passion project, but it really wasn't. I never wanted to do it. I just had a lot of sleeves to start with, and I just kept going. And I never liked it.
He didn't like it. Well, did you have the albums and you just took the sleeves out and did?
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Honestly, I had a very dark time for me. I was drinking and then not drinking and then drinking, and it was a real roller coaster.
Wait, Cody. Oh, I thought Cody left. Sometimes Cody gets mad, and so Cody did this weird thing. I don't know if you know, Jeff. When Amy Stiller was on, he pretended to be someone else, and he was trolling her, doing nasty comments on the side. He used a different name. Cody. Oh, okay. No, let's see if Jonathan could get on. Hey, Jonathan, you weren't able to get on with that link? What?
Nope.
Oh, I wish you could have been on the link and the stream. We're doing an illustrated story about Andy. Well, he's illustrating it, and there's great pictures of all these people. The guy from the Cars and Paul Schaefer holding Andy up, and I just wish you could watch it.
Well, it won't let me. All it will do is put my face on there, and I'm which you told me about this in advance.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'll get you. We're going to make like a hardback, like a print out a comic book with this. He's illustrating the story I did at his tribute of Andy, and it's great pictures. This is there's people watching. Jonathan Paley, Andy's brother, and again, my condolences. Jonathan, Cody does things, and I keep forgetting Andy's not around because I would call him and would crack up. I'd go, "Oh, you got to see this picture of him doing Tom Kenny jumping on cars." You know what I mean? And I keep forgetting I can't call him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I miss him too.
Now, let me ask you a quick question. Andy's one of these people like, man, when he was alive, I should have asked these questions. You didn't even think to, right?
Which questions?
How did he get involved with Brian Wilson? How did that happen? I didn't even think to ask him that.
I think he was in England working on a record, and somehow Brian, I don't know if Brian was there or he. So anyway, it came to Andy's attention that Brian was without a record contract, and Andy immediately spoke to Seymour Stein and said, "Seymour, you got to sign Brian Wilson to a record contract. He's without a label."
How is that possible?
I don't know, but at that time, that's what it was. He was no longer under contract to, I guess at that point,
Capitol?
No. It was long after that. because they were Brother Records, which was part of, I think, Warner Reprise. So at some point, he was no longer under contract, and that's when Seymour said, "Let's do a record," and got a hold of Brian and put Andy and Brian together, and that's how that happened.
You know, again, so many things I didn't even think to. And that when he's gone, I go, "Wow, I never knew. How did you know this guy?" So basically, I'm telling these people, if I'm not correct, he started in Boston with Jay Giles and the Cars and stuff, and that's how he's friends with them.
Andy? No. No. Andy started in New York, and went up to Boston in about 1969 or so, and started playing drums in a band called Catfish Black. And then he became the lead singer and primary songwriter of Catfish Black, which then became the Sidewinders. And the Sidewinders did a record on RCA. They were based in Boston, but they played a lot in New York and New England, all over the East Coast, really. And he knew all those guys. He knew the guys in Jay Giles, Aerosmith, Ready Teddy, all the old Boston bands, and
the Cars.
Before the Cars were the Cars, they were Captain Swing. And that was much later. That was, I remember going to see the Cars in a little bar in a little town called Scituate, Massachusetts, right on the beach there, a place called the Bellboy. And that was probably 77, maybe 76, 77. And and Andy, of course, knew Jonathan Richman for years then. I mean, they first met probably in 69, maybe even earlier. And, they were very close friends. And it's kind of a thing. You see, Ernie Brooks from the Modern Lovers actually was in the same high school as Andy in Vermont, a place called Putney. And that's where they met. And Ernie played with Andy, and he also played with Jonathan. And, it was, everybody, Boston was a very kind of close-knit music community at that time. And I used to ride up there on the train from, I was in high school in Brooklyn. And I would, some weekends I ride up there, and it was funny because the Sidewinders had a house at 27 Putnam Ave in Cambridge. And I think Jonathan lived next door with the guys from the Modern Lovers. But that's where that all really started as far as his Boston music stuff. But he was playing music. He was playing in bands when we were still living up in Crescent, New York, north of Albany. He started playing in bands when he was probably 12 years old, 12,
Wow.
13, and they actually were in a battle of the bands, and won the competition. And the competition prize was a recording contract. I don't know what company it was, but they never actually consummated that deal because Andy was too young. He couldn't sign. And I think my dad was kind of against it, so that didn't happen. But he was playing in bands up there, 1960, 64, 65.
My God.
Yeah.
Well, me and Tom used to say Andy was like Zelig. He's connected to everyone.
Yeah.
So I told him the first concert I went to was the Jay Giles band at 23rd. I forgot what it was called, the Palladium. And he goes, "Oh, I was backstage." So he knew Peter Wolf, huh?
Oh yeah, him and Wolf were very good friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, they I think Peter talked about it a little bit in his book.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet myself, but somebody mentioned that to me. But yeah, all there was Jay Giles. Like I said, there was a band called Ready Teddy. There was Aerosmith. There were bands like that had already come and gone, like the Beacon Street Union and Ultimate Spinach, I think, was one of them.
What about Boston itself? Was Boston a great group?
You're fading. Can you say that again?
What about the group literally called Boston? Are they from
that was
Boston?
much later too.
Okay.
That was all like in the mid to late 70s. I mean, the guy that was Boston's manager, it's a guy named Charlie McKenzie, was a very good friend of Andy's. And actually, when we played Madison Square Garden, Charlie emceed us. He announced it before we went out to open for Sean Cassidy.
Wow. Well,
Charlie was a good friend of Andy's.
If you guys look up on YouTube, the end of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, the movie, they have the Paley brothers, right?
Yes. That was they were doing this, the finale. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, which is probably one of the worst movies ever made. They, had this finale plan where they invited, hundreds of celebrities, mostly from the music business, but also, actors, just famous people in general, to be in this finale scene where they, where we all sang Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And what happened was, Robert Stigwood, I think he wanted to get the Ramones to be in the scene, but they couldn't make it. They were somewhere else, probably on the road in Europe or something. So Seymour Stein once again, suggested the Paley brothers to the Robert Stigwood organization, and so we went down to Sony, which then wasn't Sony. I think it was still MGM then, and they had a soundstage set up with bleachers, bleachers for a couple hundred people, and in front of the bleachers across the soundstage, there were 3 really big blackboards. So, Andy and I got there, relatively early. We were among the first people to get there. And then, they said, okay, this is where you sit. Slowly people started streaming in, and every person that came in was famous. And I ended up with Tina Turner sitting in front of me, and Andy had Frankie Valli sitting in front of him. And then on one side, we had Helen Reddy and Carol Channing, and everybody was famous. So, and then George Martin walks out, in front of the blackboards, carrying a pointer like a college professor in front of these blackboards, and he's had the lyrics written down to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and he said, "Okay, well, when we do this now, I want all the girls to sing here. I want all the boys to sing here. I want everybody on this side to sing here, and everybody on this side to sing here." And so they played the song over and over again. And we were there for hours, probably 6, 7, 8 hours doing this. And at one point, Tina Turner says to me, she says, "Do you mind if I lean on you?" Because there are no backs on these. It was bleachers. They're like benches. She said, "Do you mind if I lean on you?" I said, "No, of course." So she pulled my knees apart and proceeded to turn around and lean back between my legs with her head on my belly. And I was like, "Oh my God, Tina Turner."
Wow.
Anyway, so after they finished shooting this thing, they said, "Okay, everybody, that's a wrap. We're having a party in the next stage over. So everybody go on over to the next stage." So we went over to the next sound stage, and it was all done up like an Arabian Nights thing. Everybody had their own like tent and everything, and they had the dance floor just like Saturday Night Fever with the lights in the floor, and the spinning lights going around and loud disco music playing. And just an incredible party. You know, everybody,
Wow.
you know, we you know, like I'd walk up to like, you know, Jose Feliciano or Hank Williams Jr. or
Wow.
you know, I mean, just Jack Packer, you know, all these famous people, George Burns, and of course the Bee Gees and you know, Peter Frampton and Leif Garrett and all these people, and they all said, "Who are you guys?" Because nobody knew who we were.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I said, "We're the Paley Brothers." And
Wow.
anyway, it was a great party. Went on, you know, till the wee hours of the morning. And it was, you know, it was what, 1970, 78 or 77, I guess. So it was a pretty wild party.
Well, I'm gonna let you go because this is going in and out, and maybe one day we'll figure out how to get you on real here.
Okay.
But love you. You know, you guys mean so much to me. You know, Andy. So we'll get you this tribute when it's all done.
All right, man.
All right.
Brooklyn ethical culture all the way.
Pyramus and Thisbe.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. All right. I know the sound wasn't great, but I wish he could have been on, but he would have appreciated. He will appreciate what Cody's working on. These pictures are awesome. Got hot again. I shut the AC. How you doing, Cody? We running late. Whatever you need to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could do. Like we could see what I can do the next 10 minutes here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that was really cool to hear.
Yeah, sounds just like him. Yeah.
It really does. Yeah, I was thinking it just sounds like it's crazy.
Well, you guys, you can always go on YouTube and click the end of Sergeant Pepper, and you have them singing Sergeant Pepper, and just shows all these people like George Burns, Tina Turner, and then the Paley Brothers. So I didn't know they took the Ramones' place.
That's amazing. It's wild.
Bad lighting. Oh God, Wood would get mad. The light really comes down when it's. No, let me see if I can get rid of some of the lighting. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, F Troop. That was pretty good. Is that a John Cassavetes shirt? No, I'm not. I washed it. I took it out of laundry, and I knew you were going to say that. Not you specifically, but I feel like Jeff that only wears the Morrissey shirts, which he didn't have today. Now Chloe wants some lap action. Chloe. No, I alternate it, but I am due for some new shirts. Right? Right?
Hey, Chloe.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, every Chloe?
So that record sleeve guy seems pretty bitter, but I don't know.
Right, all those sleeves you have to deal with. You know, there's so many gags about sleeves. Like, did you get any cup for those sleeves, or did
What's
you
up your sleeve?
What's up your sleeve, or
I like that when you get too personal with Jeff, then he'll go, you'll laugh, you'll cry. He just goes into that.
you laugh, you cry. It's a living.
What's up, everybody?
What's up,
Chloe, you're getting some shout outs.
Nice.
Chloe, would you like a sleeve for your tuxedo you got? Chloe? What's up? I know, it's so addicting. What's up, but it is like something you would picture someone in a mental institution just sitting there going, what's up, everybody? You'll laugh, you'll cry.
Right.
Just the way he just says the same 4 phrases or 3 over and over. What's up? You'll laugh, you'll cry.
It is really funny.
Okay, the French movies I've seen. I saw a movie called Cleo 5 to 7. I saw with Greg. I saw. Let me remember the title.
Mm-hmm.
I saw. Let me get the title. La Flick from 1972. I saw this crime drama. I'm trying to, I forgot what it was called. I saw. I never saw. Oh man, it's scary when I can't think of titles. The crazy one with what's her name? What's her name? Where she works as a prostitute during the day, and she's a very cold woman, but she has this crazy other life. Do you know what I'm talking about? What's it called?
The one with the curly hair.
The
Are you talking about the Western?
no,
Oh, the French. The
the French movie. Someone help me out.
is it
This is
8.5?
scary. No, she was a prostitute.
Oh,
But an unlikely one. Yeah, I'm getting like Larry Storch. I can't think of titles. We saw a crime caper about a drug deal. Let me think. Belle de Jour. We got it at the same time. And the other movie, let me tell you the other movie, which I won't remember its name.
what was the movie again?
Belle de Jour.
Gesundheit.
Uh,
Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. I just. That's funny. Now that's a French movie or Italian?
French.
French.
It's very surreal.
Really?
Not Chloe in the Afternoon. Cleo from 5 to 7 was another movie.
Interesting.
Just very belle of the day. Gregory and Chase. There was another one about a French movie about a robbery where one guy tries to get all the money, and
Mm-hmm.
but I'm liking them. And yeah. Belle de Jour is, it's done by this guy. He did that movie with the eye being slashed.
Ouch.
Yeah. And also, the other movie. So 300 blows or 400 blows.
Oh yeah, that one that you're. Is that your? You said you're.
Oh, Shoot the Piano Player, not Fellini. Louis Brumal or something. Yes, Louis Brumal. He's this guy. I won't give much away, but a surrealist.
Hmm.
And the movie starts off like I thought it was like Barry Lyndon, like they're in a carriage. How is this a surreal movie? It is crazy, crazy. Well, I won't give much away, but you have these people that seem like character actors, like the Larry Storch, the Richard Kinds of that generation, and then they end up being very dark. You think, oh, that's just the French character actor of the crazy, just comedic guy of the time, but it gets very dark. Belteshaw, if any of you have seen it.
What year was this?
I think 65. It's very surreal also because it's a different world, but it's the same. It has all the styles of, the 60s go-go dancers, the furniture, but it's from a different world. It's not like you see a movie now, oh, that's Oliver Platt, that's some guy, that's Louis Guzman. You're seeing people and you wonder what's their career is. Yes.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah. Great feel of this French movies.
Let's try them out. I think,
Yeah. Belle de Jour would be an interesting one to start with. It's just very crazy. Has anyone seen that movie? And Louis Buñuel also did that movie I can't think of, but it's surrealist with the moon, and then the moon becomes an eye, and they slit the eye. Craziness. Good odds. Oh, then we started watching this other movie, which I thought was a movie from the 40s, but it was actually 86 with Peter Falk. It's shot like an old movie in Vienna. Very surreal.
really?
Yeah, Wings of Desire.
Things of Desire.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and my friend keeps saying, not Orange is the New Black. What is he insisting I watch? Greg is insisting I watch Blue is the Warmest Color. Edible and movie, do it. You'll thank me. Does anyone know what Blue is the Warmest Color is? But I like those. The Eye movie. Well, it's good to talk to Jonathan.
Yeah.
Do you know who the Jay Giles Band is?
No. What?
Well, they were kind of sort of successful, pretty successful, but then they exploded in the 80s with MTV,
Mm-hmm.
with Freeze Frame, Love Stinks, Centerfold. They had a lot of hits on MTV in the early days of MTV.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Jay Giles. Which is the close to porn? Wings of Desire or Belle de Jour? Belle de Jour is. So we did edibles last Friday, and I'm not even going to try to follow this. It was, but yeah, I got to see it again.
Trying to do the house.
French movies. Blue is the Warmest Color. Okay. I will see it. Yeah, French movies, they're fun because they don't remind you of anything.
Right. It's like a whole different
Yeah.
visual language.
I never got to work with Gary Shandling, no, Jeff. No, I met him. I didn't. Not really. I was at a Sarah Silverman had a rooftop party, and he was there, but I didn't really engage with him.
Okay, yeah.
Classic rock, yes. Yeah, go on YouTube. Look up the song "Centerfold." He also did a remake of a song, na 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 na, na House of a Thousand Dances, something crazy. Peter Wolf is briefly married to Faye Dunaway. Dave Juskow, good guy, but he had me do his podcast saying, I have 10,000 viewers. No, you don't. Dave Juskow. I think I'll probably go on MLC in a few weeks to plug Ohio.
Oh, nice, nice.
So you think, Ryan, only 20 people are going to the festival? Well, I'll have a good time with Bobby Carradine. You got Andy Smile. You got a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
So does Kevin Brennan mostly have like people he makes fun of, like Juskow and Liam and people like that? Oh, James knows. I can't pronounce this. And Dulcian Dog or Dali, Salvador Dali co-wrote it. Wow. It is intense. Now, I remember I briefly took a film class. There was a Russian movie, I think called The Potemkin, or all these people tumble down steps. Did you see that movie, James? Yeah, that sounds right, Ryan. I found out film festivals are a scam. I learned that when I had a film, that they make a lot of money because people, all these filmmakers or thousands, pay entry fees. And so zero promotion. Yeah, it doesn't, That's right. Ray DeVito lives in Ohio. I got to, he looks like George Miller. That's a good point. Norm became friends with George Miller late in George's life. They didn't hang out. No, he hung out with Norm. A lot of phone calls. I did not know that. I got to learn about surrealism. James, if we have dinner, will you teach me? I'm going to write down I'm going to learn about surrealism.
There's a really good book on movies I got out of the library. It's like a DK book.
Battleship Potemkin, I think it was called that. Yeah, I want to learn about that. And what's the book, Cody?
I think it's a. It's I'm looking to see if this is the one. It's called The Film Book. And where are we?
Let me bring it out here for a minute, see what it's like out here.
Looks like this. Oops, nothing happened. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Looks like this.
Oh, let's check it out. But so Salvador Dali wrote that movie. Hmm.
That book goes through the kinds of stuff you're like talking about.
It cooled off a little out here, Ryan. Hmm.
It's,
Hmm.
all right, so that's Andy at his house with the Dick Tracy.
Well, worst case scenario, me and Bobby Carradine will just hang out, get stuff to eat.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get into an argument with Cody.
Maybe. That could be interesting. Oh, by the way, is my audio working?
Is you what?
Is my audio working or is
I
it?
hear you.
Oh, okay, good. Because I didn't know if it was
Oh,
getting
Paul.
through when I was saying something.
And that ball's back. Now, we're not going to talk about the sleeves because you don't like talking about it.
Well, it's not that I don't like talking about it. I just don't like dwelling on it. It was a hard time in my life. It was a wonderful time in my life. But it was also a very hard time in my life. And it was also very difficult just to navigate. And, you know, you get an idea, you fulfill your childhood fantasy, and then you just have to get back to work somewhere. And I had to get back to work somewhere. Comedy, as you know, Fred, the comedy boom lasted, what, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years.
Oh, now, James, you heard about the Mommy Film Festival? After's a good rep, a great filmmaker festival. Okay, James goes to film festivals. He knows.
Well, I have a full screen, Fred, because I have it on its side. And when it's on its side, all I can see is a house and somebody else, a drawing of some sort. And then I can see Cody, and that's about it.
Well, I think.
I like the big close up. It's like a.
Oh God,
It's like a.
he's scary.
When I would do Cocaña in the 80s, my eyes would be like this. Cocaña. But that's just a joke. That's an old joke I do for my friends.
It's a good joke.
Well,
It sounds like you're being sarcastic. Are you being sarcastic? Are you being a little funny pants?
Oh, I yeah. No, I like that. I like the
now,
kind
what's your opinion of grapes?
Well, I was just talking with someone about this. I won't eat a grape if it has a seed, if it doesn't have a seed in it. And they do have a lot of preservatives on them. But, you know, I walked by my neighbor's yard today, and he had grapes on the side of the road. He had, that patch of grass or whatever you can have on the other side of your sidewalk. That just grass there that you don't know what. He just grew grapes. I don't know if he was allowed to.
Raphael just suggested somebody should start a sleeve festival. How about you?
Don't think I haven't tried, Raphael. I've been down that road. I know how hard it is to get it going because primarily people don't care about the sleeves. They don't even care about the cover. Everything gets tossed like a frisbee. So it's also bringing awareness to the sleeves and the importance and the history of the sleeves.
When I did my Thrill Seeker jokes, I'm a wild man. I'm self-destructive. I put my record albums on top of each other. I don't put them back in the sleeves. That was one of my reckless jokes.
So we kind of met before we met, didn't we?
Yes, we were on the same level.
Yes. You want to see my Jeff Ross impression?
I would love to. I never. Yeah.
Man, you're gonna have a great time. You're gonna have the time of your life. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna cry. You get on your knees and beg for forgiveness. Left in a what are those carts they got at the supermarket? Fireworks, explosion. You wet your pants. You dry your pants. Happenstance. It's gonna be the greatest thing you ever seen in the whole world. So just do me a favor. Banana on a roll.
Now,
Like a banana
seriously,
on a roll.
seriously, Al may remember, but in the 70s, record sleeves, they would promote other albums from the label, like Uriah Heep. The record sleeves, Deep Purple, they would have like the sleeves themselves would
Well, there was a band, the Sleeves.
well, Scarlett, that's the joke. Won't they get all scratched up if they're on top of each other? That was the recklessness and being a wild man. One time I did a comedy club in Connecticut, and this is true. The club owner complained. No, they got a report from the hotel. I trashed the hotel room because there were tissues all over the floor, like I'm the Who or Johnny Depp. I guess I just threw tissues on the floor, and they didn't like how I trashed it.
Fred, you had a sleeve yourself, so you know you are in that echelon.
Yeah, well, Scarlett, this is a true story. I once, doing stand up, me and two comics performed at a senior citizen place. I went, I'm a thrill seeker. I was on a bus while it was in motion. I talked to the driver, and they were making tisk sounds. Like I went up and saying, I sell drugs. I do heroin with dirty needles. They were tisking, like, oh my God. But seriously.
Well, just remember, whatever you go through is an interlocking path that you can get out of as soon as you start thinking clearly, with a clear thought pattern, a strong thought pattern. I had to do a lot of mental work after the sleeves place didn't pan out, and I had to think. And I did that. I was a tour guide. I sold the little bicycles near the Venice Boardwalk. I did a lot of things, and I kept some of those sleeves. I kept them because I cared about those records, and I cared about the people coming into my store, and I loved it, and I wanted to do more of it, but I was cut short.
I knew Al would remember. Columbia did it. Yeah, the sleeves would have advertisements for other things, but
It's not about the sleeves, Fred. I poured my heart into that sleeve store. Nobody worked double shifts like I did. I owned it. I was there every second of the day. I couldn't get people to work there, but that's not the point. I still had to do everything. And now I think I've worked through a lot of it, but it's still a very trying thing. I'm very hot touch and go on it.
touch and go. They was. I didn't know till about a few years ago. I just thought it was just Rick Ocasek, the lead singer, but there were two lead singers.
Oh yeah.
They were so good. I was excited meeting at Andy Paley's memorial. He goes, yeah, he recognized me from Raymond. Raymond, how do you say it? Everybody goes, Raymond.
Everybody loved Raymond.
He
Pizza.
he goes, yeah, I was the guitar player for the Cars. And he said, I won't name names, but he said, hey, you want to go to a deli? I always go with this one comic he mentioned. And I said, I didn't say no, but he's not a bad guy, but very annoying. Just talks about himself the whole time. And he's a little...
Why don't you want to mention the comic's name?
Because someone will clip it and send it to him. And I guess you I won't say it here, but there's someone you said that was a fairly well-known comic that was being cheap with you. I know who it is. But we'll talk later. Jeff, Dave Cheskow loves talking about the cars. And when I talked to the guy from the cars, he goes, yeah, he goes, I like the songs that weren't the hits. Like, It's All Mixed Up. They had some songs that weren't hits.
All mixed up, yeah.
Yeah, they were.
It's all mixed up.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's touch and go. Oh. They were. You know, and the same thing with Tom Petty, where you sort of take them for the word. Is the songs are so simple that you forget how great they are because they don't seem complex like the Cars and Tom Petty. You go, wait a minute, this guy's. There was we lost him. I guess he's put
Can you
asleep.
hear me?
Yeah, I lost Paul, but I can't see him. But
So you lost Paul?
yeah, the sleeve guy's gone.
Hey, it's me back. I'm back. I don't have any.
Did you ever cheat and put in a rock album sleeve instead of a comedy one?
No, I did once when I had store art, and I did use it as a backing, but I felt guilty about it, and I later just taked it out. But I taked it out.
You taked it out.
You know, Fred, I'm a good guy. I don't really mess with current media. I don't really deal with digital. But when I get a chance to see you and remember you and to know you've had a lot of sleeves.
I'm going, oh God, like it's a real person. Like, what's wrong with this person?
You've had a lot.
You're like a ventriloquist. You convince me it's real. I go, this guy's nuts. But it's not a real person. I'm telling myself.
No.
It's you're right. I have had a lot of sleeves in my life. Touch and go. Oh.
Touch and go.
Yeah, my God. I remember the Cars video. It was directed by not Thomas Hulse. Who's gonna drive you home tonight? Timothy Hutton directed one of their videos.
It's all mixed up.
Touch and go.
Touch and go.
Oh, God, it was so good.
All mixed up.
Paul was a guest on your show, and now he gets made fun of. Well, you weren't there. I told him to mute because it started crackling. Yeah, well, it's just about 7, so yeah, at 8 it'll get dark.
Yes.
We're being trolls. Cody, can you make the picture bigger? Scarlett requested. All right, he took off. Love it so much. My God. So do you need to get going? We've been doing this a while. Be a ladder. Oh, it's so good. Can it be sharper? Luna's looking out. Well, so James said it is. So James knows about the Mommy Film Festival. So it's legit, James.
I'm sorry, Fred. I was talking. I had it muted by accident.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yeah. No, I was responding to you. Sorry.
Amy,
If you didn't hear it, and yeah, it doesn't really.
what's that?
No, I was responding to you. But I just realized I was muted, so I was saying
Ah.
stuff, and you weren't hearing it. That's,
Well,
yeah.
you've
So
been-
what I was saying was we could end, and I can get just kind of continue to get the book kind of made.
yeah. So what I'm thinking is,
Mhm.
yeah. So it's 2 in 1. You work on the Substack and the book, and
Yes.
we'll talk tomorrow, maybe next week. If obviously, I don't think this will be ready, but get on the either. How hard would it be to get the Midnight Cowboy one for next week? Or we could just put in the one with the walking. The
Oh, yeah, the walking.
so nice seeing me. Why don't you stop? Why don't you tell your face?
We should have a version of that.
Hey, nice seeing you. Why don't you tell your face?
Yeah, we need to make that for Jeff. We have to do that.
Her credits. Well, I mean, in a way it's sad, but in a way she's the fact that just some troll here or someone made a comment about her credits, like you would think.
There's a troll that's making some.
No, last time, and it was Cody. No, I'm just kidding. No, someone made comments that upset Amy, but
Oh, is she not coming back with that, or?
you would think she'd kind of, not let that set her off because she must hear it. But in one way, I feel bad that, being compared to her brother and her parents. But then again, she's reaped some benefits. She's got houses in Nantucket and inherited nice stuff beyond money. You did not see me on their website. It's getting to a point. At first, I was a little stressed going, oh, it's E. Oh, Jeff figured it out. It's not just yes, there's an E. Yes. Yes, an E and a yes.
Right. Yes.
So basically, so at first I'm going, man, I'm going to get humiliated if no one shows up for the Dumb and Dumber screening because it was supposed to be me and Mike Starr, and then Duff was supposed to be there. But in the future, the positive is Mike, your friend and my new friend who set this up, is in contact with Duff from Dumb and Dumber, and he knows she wants to do it. And Mike Starr wants, so we're probably gonna, get an easier time getting into other things.
Right.
So at first I'm going, oh, it'll be humiliating if no one shows up for this. Then I go, well, who cares? The people who show up will be the ones like Scarlett and Jeff and some other cool people. So the people will be there. It's like this. Do we have tons? No, but the people who watch this really enjoy it, and I appreciate the appreciation. So, there's so much I could get stressed. I'm not on their website, this, that. If they come, they come. You know what I mean?
Right. I'll try to promote a lot of it too.
Tell your face.
Tell your face. I almost feel like just taking a flyer or something and putting it all over Ohio, because the website is it's very hard to navigate. So I think like maybe an updated thing. But I think since we don't have that, we could. Well, actually, yeah, we could. I don't know what we could do with the.
Maybe they won't come to the Dumb and Dumber thing so much, but because they're not promoting it. But
Right.
But we'll be there through the weekend, and hopefully people want to find stuff.
Yeah. At least, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, I'll get these sort of inkling thing. We got this is kind of funny. It's in there, scuba
Yeah,
diving.
Karen Duffy. She's called Duff, but yeah. But this is great, Cody. It was fun as usual. My day's a lot better when I know I have this ahead of me. So, any last questions? All right, more. Amy still could have been anything she wanted to be. Yes, Amy. Yes. Oh,
Oh,
yes.
okay, good. You know, I thought I was using this thing. Whoops, where are we? I thought I was using this the little microphone.
Yeah.
I don't think it was using that at all today.
Well, Amy was cut out in that. That's all she could have done. But if she comes out, let's be nice to her. She has got great stories about growing up with Still and Mirror as her parents.
Right. Yes.
But look what she had to compete with. I mean, look at Kevin Dillon. He got lucky he was in an Entourage. But
Yeah, I mean, I guess in the business these days, I mean, it's like a totally different world. Like the guy, what was his name, Matt, who worked with Larry Storch.
she was blackballed. Well, I must have been blackballed because I never was in any Ben Stiller productions. Oh, this is so good.
Well, I guess
Stiller, we'll bring her back, but you got to be nice.
yes.
Yeah. Actually, I have a story about her. I want to read some of it. She doesn't mind. She's got a good sense of humor about how, that thing about when she thought I was treating her to a therapy session. That'll be a Substack soon. You know what I mean?
That'd be funny.
What's that?
That'd be funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if my microphone's working. I can't tell. Am I going in and out or something? Or can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. No, I thought I was having audio problems because I think I'm going to put this away and maybe it's lost battery or something. It's weird.
So the sleeve character is pretty good. I just, yeah. It's funny how I started going, this guy's more ridiculous. Fred, it's a character he's doing. He's not, like, I forgot for a second. It was so convincing. The sleeve guy. Oh my God, Jeff on the bus. So he's coming home. This is awesomeness.
Very good.
All right, we'll just we'll hook up tomorrow. But Cody, I loved it. It's also exciting.
Awesome. Yeah.
And even though Jonathan couldn't get on, I'm glad I got to hear that Mike Wilson story.
Yes.
That he produced an album for him. I like the thing with now this one of Tom is great because it almost looks like Chuck from Word Girl with like goggles. It's
Right.
just like I love it. Like
Yeah, like the his glasses are kind of like goggles because they're so big.
Yes.
Like
he's very maniacal. Oh, that's a great picture. Again, oh man, Andy would have loved this.
I know
Yeah.
it's.
But
Anything I do that's for Annie, I always think is like, yeah, whatever you. Yeah, it's funny.
no, yeah. How close are we to super chats? We're getting there. People excited about super chats, so we're working on it. I tried getting some what's it called, mileage.
Mhm.
I went on yesterday And I was showing my 8x10s in my bedroom. I had them splayed on the bed.
Right. Here's Tom. I'm now a stunt man.
I love it so much.
Here he is in the scuba diving outfit.
Yeah.
And he's got a little thing.
Yeah, Jonathan. All right, let me ask you one thing before we go.
Yeah.
Can you pull up the Sgt. Pepper's song at the end?
For this?
Put on YouTube. Let me see if I could find it on YouTube.
We could put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Are you looking for the thing with them in it?
Yeah.
I think he sent me, or you sent me. One of you guys, Andy sent me, or you sent me the video that he was in.
Let me see. Movie.
Here's the ending.
Okay, here. Let me text this to you.
Oh yeah, there's the lady. What's her name? That would be the Bailey brothers behind her. Who? What's her name? I'm having trouble, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's in the chat.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear it?
No, it's blocking it out.
Let me text it to you.
That'd be great. Jeff Prone just sent me a picture. Hold it.
I just texted it to you, Andy. I mean,
I think it's blocking it out.
I just texted it to you, Andy. I mean, Cody.
Right. Cool. I'll send this thing. This is a video.
Chat members only.
Where is that?
Oh, we shouldn't pay it on stream. They'll take it off. All right, forget it.
No, you can't. I can't even hear it. I think they blocked it out anyhow. I didn't even hear it. So.
All right.
But I am going to post
We better not play the Beatles. We'll get in trouble.
I'm gonna send the link to the video where the guy.
All right. Well, thank you for sticking with this. Any last questions?
Let's try.
Tom Kenny is the busiest guy in the world. I'll try one day. He'll love it. All right, Cody. Any
Awesome.
last?
No, I think we're good. I was just gonna send the just 1 second.
How do I get rid of this? Wow. All right, Cody. I'm going to let you go. This
Sounds
was so
good.
great. Thank you, everyone. And
Here we go.
yeah, you just put it up there, the link. Check it out, and let's talk soon. Cody, you have a great night. Good night, everyone.
Thanks,
Tell
Fred.
your face if you had a good time.
Yes, that's our ending thing. Is tell your
your
face. Don't forget
Oh,
to
man.
tell your face.
All right. Good night, everyone.
All right. See you. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.